Today I'm going to help you out with something special. I'm going to teach you how to cook green bean casserole. You can make this in any dish you like as long as it can go inside of the oven. Alright, so you don't want to use a plastic dish. Tupperware, no good. So here's two dishes we got. This is the one I'm going to use because it's wide and it's thin on top. This one would work fine, but it's going to give a different thing because what happens is the very top of green bean casserole has French fried onions that are crispy. It's truly the best part of the dish. In fact, it's the only reason you're having green beans and mushrooms together is because you want to get to the French fried onions. So I'm taking the wider dish because I want more crispy onions. I don't make dishes all that often, but when I do, I make sure I do it quick, efficiently, and gourmet style. Okay? Gourmet style. Let me bring this camera a little further up. Alright, so the next step is we're going to open up our cream of mushroom soup. There's really nothing in there except like a gloppy, mushroomy soup. It kind of reminds me of clam chowder without anything in there. Let me just show you the consistency here. Alright, it looks like it might be pudding, but it's not. It would be one hell of a funny joke to serve somebody up this and say, oh, here's some vanilla pudding or banana pudding. I bet you could trick somebody into thinking it's banana pudding. One mouthful of this will send them over the edge of anger because they'll feel tricked, rightfully so, because they would have been. Hopefully that person doesn't have a sense. Well, actually there is no scent. I was going to say hopefully they don't have a sense of smell or they'll know before they do it. It's really not that bad anyways. I mean, certainly a disappointment if you're thinking you're getting some sweet banana pudding. Step number 2, this is French cut style green beans, which just means basically they're thin strips of green beans. You could probably cook it either way with other ones, but this is the texture you're looking for. This one is not a pop-open can, so I'm going to have to do this. And it doesn't matter the brand, which is why I took that off. These are green beans. If you wanted, you could probably buy fresh green beans and French cut them yourself. And if you know how to do that, then please make a video, because I have no idea how somebody would French cut these unless there was a machine. You know what I mean? Alright. Be careful, because the inside of a can, when you've cut it open, is sharp. The first ninjas in history actually didn't have Chinese throwing stars. It was the tops of cans of soup. And they're very dangerous, and I mean, obviously ninja stars are an improvement, but you have to start somewhere. So, here we go. Oh God, oh God. Okay, well when there's one sticking this much, it's not that important that you pull off the cap. Just bend it back, use your thumb, be careful, because if you do something like that, you'll be in big trouble. So, okay, in it goes. There, pretty simple, right? So, now we're just going to mix this part up nice and good. Okay? It does not look good. I'll tell you, it doesn't look good. I don't know what to say. I know that this is not what you're thinking. Oh gosh, I can't wait to eat it. Oh, it looks so tasty. Not the case with the green bean casserole. In fact, this is a dish best served blindfolded. Okay, so now we have one. And then, so here's the other easy thing. It's a 1-to-1 ratio. Alright, so 1 can of creamed mushroom soup, 1 can of French cut style green beans. Here's the good part. 1 6-ounce container of French fried onions. I took the label off again. In fact, behind me, there's a generic version, because my mom, when she cooked it when I was younger, she would always get 2, and I would be eating these things as she was cooking, and it was always like a race against time. Can I make this dish before my son eats all the ingredients? She usually won, but she did warn me. She's like, you know, you're going to be eating some of these while you're cooking it, so you might want to have something extra, and I did. So, 1 can right inside. Good, 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 good. Then we're going to mix this up together. It already smells good. Then again, you know what else smells good? Just opening up a can of the French fried onions. I mean, I could eat them all day long. They're so good. I actually have 2 more cans to put in because it is a 1-to-1 ratio, and I wasn't thinking right. This second container goes on top, so I need 2 more inside. So we're mixing the extra can of French cut green beans in with the extra can of the cream of mushroom soup. All right, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be real good. There's one part of it in there that I'm not gonna follow to a T. I'm supposed to put 1/4 cup of milk. I'm not against milk. I don't like it. I don't know why. I just never have. I like cheese. I like cottage cheese, which is pretty gross. I mean, I'm willing to admit it. Yeah, I like it, but it's pretty gross. But just straight up milk, I hate it. Chocolate milk I'll take, but even in cereal, it's not enough. Some people are like, oh, I'll have milk, but only in cereal. No, not me. Not me. I'll have it in coffee, but not just milk. It's half and half. You know? Do you know what half and half is? It's, and this might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's correct. It is a combination of half milk and half cream. Super simple, right? But sometimes you don't think of it. All right. And now comes the best part, is this last layer of the French fried onions.
See, when I open these, I get so hungry. I have to have an extra can around for myself. Get it in my mouth.
Now I'm good. In a kitchen, if you're working at an establishment with grades of like how good you're, like our establishment had an A in a health code thing. You're not allowed to do this. So if you work at a restaurant and you're like, I got this brand new recipe that we just need to have at our 5-star restaurant, don't be eating these in the back. And don't give me credit for this recipe. I don't know who invented it, but in my mind, anyone who says it's their recipe that's not my mom is going to get punched in the face. So when you're at the restaurant telling your new boss, I don't know, you might have worked there for a long time, he might not be a new boss, but when you're telling your boss where you got this recipe, you say, Mrs. Heaney, Brenda Heaney, really honestly, Brenda Heaney. That's the best way to do it, because you don't need to, you want specific. There could be 1,000 Mrs. Heaneys out there. There could be, we need to make sure that your boss knows, because if they need to hire a master chef at this 5-star restaurant, my mom's got a job, she's not working, but wouldn't it be an honor for her to get a phone call from Gordon Ramsay? I'm not saying that that's who you work for, but if that was, wouldn't it be an honor for her to be like, oh, Gordon, you heard about my amazing my amazing green bean casserole. It would brighten up her day, and it's the right thing to do. So now we are spreading this out on the top pretty evenly. This is going to be the part that is kind of our indicator of when this is done in the oven. Oh yeah. Some of it's dropping on the floor, but I'm not too ashamed to eat a couple French onions off the floor. I mean, God, I love them. I love them a lot. Cool. So this is what it looks like now. We are going to put it into the oven right now. Hey Mom, I forgot to ask, what is the temperature I'm supposed to cook this at? 350, 20 minutes. And then I start checking at 20 minutes, and if it's bubbling and it's browning, it's done. Great, and I don't need to preheat the oven, do I? Alright, thank you. Love you. Hey, don't make fun of me. I bet you say you love your mom, and if you don't, you should be ashamed of yourself. Unless she's really mean, and there are those certain occasions. Anyways, we're not getting into that. I found out we need to put it at 350 degrees. You can preheat the oven, You don't have to, though. That's more important when you're dealing with cookies and doughs and things of such. So there you have it. We'll cut back to the finished product, but thanks for watching. Doesn't it look good to you? I mean, it's a shame. I could hand this to you. Maybe if you had one of those, what are they called? Ink projectors? What? Where you can make plastic things? Wouldn't taste nearly as good plastic.
Just want one of those fresh so bad.